I've been a practicing veterinarian almost 40 years. Looking at the horse a little bit differently now as an athlete, not as just as a symptom of a problem, but as an aggregate of the whole. And going over the horse, I'm going to pass just a needle, 1 to 2 pounds of pressure over the neural pathways and look at the paniculus response associated with hypersensitivity or sensitivity. So there should be no reaction. Trigeminal nerve is very tight. 7 bones in the neck. So C1, C2, C3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rhomboid trapezius, tricep.
Ooh.
18 ribs, so most of this, lumbar, hip flexors very tight. Coming to the right side of the horse, trigeminal nerve is very tight. The whole neck is very tight. Rhomboid trapezius tight. Again, what we're seeing is bilateral hypersensitivity, hyperesthesia. There's no biomechanical mechanism that can cause this in the horse. I've looked at 40,000 horses. I had the good fortune to practice in New Zealand and never saw this. Mid-Atlantic, I see this more frequently than I would wish. And so it has to be something systemic. I call it a doxycycline responsive hyperesthesia. Usually these horses respond within 10 days. 80% respond within 10 days of doxycycline 5 grams twice a day. Now there are other ways that we're going to have to calm this. Purrl is a nice horse. She has a nice eye, but no horse can tolerate that kind of hyperesthesia. So we're just do some photometrics, and I'm going to engage through a 460 nanometer wavelength, 5 centimeter penetration. I'm going to just go over some acupuncture points. Acupuncture to me is about neuromodulation. So I'm going to go down the spine, behind the hamstring, one back foot, because it's a neural pathway to the spine, 1 inch up, 1 inch in, 2 inches out, right in front of the umbilicus, 3 to 5 seconds. Right at the last rib of the break of the loin. Against the chest wall at the level of the elbow, bilaterally. In front of the chestnuts, on the front leg, pectoral, sternum, on one front foot, 1 inch up, 1 inch to the outside. What this does is relaxes through depolarization, through the photomodulation. And so we get a horse who's much more calmer, so she's not like this all the time. Horses don't lie. There's no placebo for a horse. And so you're seeing the variation here where we had a hyperesthetic horse that can become unmanageable and sometimes very difficult to ride. That layer of onion precludes us from really investigating further. I'm going to open up the fascial planes, but the first thing has to be done is the horse has to be treated with doxycycline. I can recheck the horse after 30 days on medication, and we can see where we're at. I'm going to make some suppositions based on being an off-the-track thoroughbred that there are some fascial restrictions associated with their dominant side, which on her case is the right hind. And I suspect, based on her conformation, we have a little bit more focus to that left fore because the right hind is not doing the job. And we have a little bit of pole issue too with the tightness in the pole. So that it's not it's nothing that we have to worry about. It's just something we have to address. We don't know how long the horse has had it, But in this case, it doesn't matter because we just need to treat it. All right. Any questions, you can email me.